Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite content on the internet. 2 hours of live stock watching with me, Mr. Trey Neal, who's been doing this now for, that is introduce myself as Mr. Trey. Anyway, someone who's been doing this now for over 10 years. Obviously, we will be doing it alongside our real-time stock scanner. And actually, a little bit of fun here right as we go live. LABT, this is a stock that rocketed up earlier, though I don't see news on it. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? Dude, I'm so tired this morning. I apologize. There's literally news on it right there. Lakewood Amdex Bio announces positive. Okay, so positive bio news at 8:02. They rocketed up huge on that news. The RSI rate of change strategy caught a nice win on it. And it's trying to push back up again. Of course, this is a secondary move. The initial move on the news article that does totally exist has already happened. So you guys know how I feel about second moves. I don't love them. I wouldn't really be interested in this until it's trading up above this high, but we'll obviously keep an eye on it anyway, and anything else that one like to start moving. Oops, I forgot to, what is that? Anyway, I forgot to put my, how do I edit it then? I forgot to put my thumbnail on my live stream. Picture, stream, thumbnail 1, open, save. Let's go, bro. Good morning, everybody. Hello, how are we today? If I can get my chat open here, which I am struggling to do. Bez, hello, my friend. How are you? Let's let the people know that we are live. That's everyone. Now, come click and join. Oh, don't paste a ticker, CUE. Paste the live stream, please. All right. How we doing today, fellas and lady fellas? It's been a slow, at least last 3 days. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really remember Monday and Tuesday, so they must have been slow too. It must be a slow week. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of is like the natural state of the market, right? Like the small cap gauge being in the red is very normal. By the way, LABT trying again. First alerted on the secondary move at 386, by the way. You see that? Your initial alert was 386 on this secondary move. It's already up 14% since then. I'm waiting for it to go break that high before I'm interested in it because I really just don't like trading second moves, but obviously if it goes and breaks high, it kind of becomes its own first move again, but still a great alert on this thing. I mean, a 13+% move on an alert at 8:30, an hour before market open. You kind of can't beat that, can you? Oscar, hello. Good morning. Tech Trader, good morning. Ginger, hello. Not a hot day for trading at all. Yeah. So as I was sort of getting to before LABT popped again, this is like the natural state of the market. Like most of the time, the market is going to be in this red. The market just isn't like hot, right? The market being hot, like even up here in the deep yellow or green, that is like rare times. That's times when it's time to put your foot on the gas. But usually it's just like this kind of grind, right? This kind of slower moving, grinding, whatever. Dollar sign news, no. AI news, no. What is this top news mover today? Oh, someone got bought out. 316 per share, so that means it's trading just below 316 per share. Yep. Okay. Even the top news today is just a buyout. Well, LABT is getting there. LABT is getting close on its bio news. What was it again? Antimicrobial resistance data for lead candidate targeting infected diabetic foot ulcers. Say that 5 times fast. Foot ulcers. New guy here. What's up, Arcot? How you doing? Good morning. Hello. What's up, Saint? The only thing hot today is my coffee. Man, I almost got to the office in time today to run up the road and get another cup of coffee before I came in. But alas, I did not. It's kind of funny though. I drink my like mug of coffee every day on my ride into work. So it'd be a little crazy to just go straight get another cup of coffee. But I'm getting to that point in my life now. I tried for like a long time. I tried to just be a 1 coffee a day kind of guy. I've hit the point now where it's like coffee, energy drink I'll have here in like an hour, and then normally like 2 more coffees throughout the day. One at like 2 p.m. to keep yourself awake, and then one at like, maybe after dinner. Rick, hello. Did I already say good morning to you? I don't know. Double good morning if I did. LABT is just IPO'd a week ago. Oh, really? Nice. Oh, yeah, nice. Hey, good for them. They IPO'd, like, obviously they knew that this research was coming out soon. They IPO'd expecting positive, and they got positive. Boy, did they get just destroyed on their IPO, though. Opened at $8 a share. 2 days later, we're trading at $3.60 a share. That's tough. Did they have some kind of news immediately after IPOing? No. They announced Joseph Tucker to the board of directors. That was on 4/28. That wasn't even this day. No, they had no news, just got destroyed. I mean, listen, everyone talks about like stocks and they talk about the stock market, everyone thinks of the obvious, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Google, McDonald's, Walmart, Target, Waste Management, Best Buy, McDonald's, I think I already said, Chipotle. There are, I think the number, it changes because of course companies go public and delist, but I think it's like 4,500 stocks that are publicly traded. Like 4,000 of them are dog shit. Like that, like most of the market is like just really bad stuff. Like this happens to most stocks that IPO. They go public, they sell their shares, they raise their money, which is like good for them, and then they just die. But that's the thing about stocks is outside of secondary offerings, companies only make money on their IPO, right? That's when they sell their shares, that's when they raise money. After that, it's all just a valuation game. Like your company being valued higher it's obviously worth something, but it's not actually bringing your company in any money, right? It's just the initial IPO that brings your company in the money. Once again, and then you also have secondary offerings, which is why you see these penny stocks releasing this like bullshit news just to get back above $1 so that they can remain listed, so that they can continue these secondary offerings. That's why like shitty stocks offer over and over and over again, because they're just using their publicly traded status to just farm money from investors, basically. Charlie is reading something. Yeah. So something I need to talk to you all about. I'm not allowed to have Charlie on during my live streams. Like you guys, obviously you guys that have the scanner, listen to him and let me know if he says anything interesting. But yeah, contractually, I can't live stream Benzinga Squawk because it must be behind a paywall. I'm not allowed to like give it away for free, like on a live stream like this. Morning, Trey. What's up, MG? Bing, hello. How are you? Good morning. User is Cleveland Trust. What about it? Charles, good morning. Has 5 employees. Be careful. Brother Bez, dude, I'm telling you, man, like, what did I say? 4,000 of the 4,500 company stocks are dog shit. So many of them are just like 1 to 10 employee companies. Like, I almost guarantee you there are companies that are publicly traded that do less revenue a year than daytradingstrategies.net does, than my website does. Honestly, I can almost guarantee it. I'm not going to tell you, obviously, the amount of revenue my business does, but. Good morning, Trey. What's up, Mark? Eric, hello. Good morning. Any swing trade ideas? I honestly, so the number one stock I own right now, this isn't even a swing trade, this is an investment, but the number one by far individual stock that I own is Nvidia. What happened yesterday? I saw this happening, but I never looked at the news. Pentagon strikes deal with 7 AI firms, so that's this morning. If you invested $1,000 in Nvidia stock 20 years ago, you would have this much today. I hate articles like this. Like, bro, did you know if you bought the hottest stock in the market when it was like a crappy like $1, $2 stock, and you held through all of this turmoil and never sold, that you would be a millionaire? Dude, no way, bro. Great, like useless, like clickbait article. Good morning, good morning. Get that green. What's up, Anonymous? How you doing? Has anything else moved? Is it still, it's literally just been LABT, huh? Once again, a great alert on LABT. We were alerted at 386 on this secondary move, so can't complain, but. New guy question, when the strategy is being shown, how's it getting in before the moving? So if a stock gets traded by this strategy, it will have hit the moving now if it's trading enough volume. So the moving now is showing you any stock that's traded both at least 100,000 shares over the last 60 seconds rolling and has moved up at least 3% in 2 minutes. Well, this strategy and the moving now strategy, actually, the moving now strategy is built with the same exact parameters, 3% in 2 minutes and 100,000 shares. This strategy is the RSI rate of change must be at least, is it 10? No, it's 8. I've changed mine to 8, but the RSI rate of change must be 8, which is a big candle. Like to get an RSI rate of change of 8, you need a big candle. So the stock would have hit this scanner. Like we saw, I wasn't live at 8 o'clock, but we saw LABT get alerted here at 386. And look, the strategy didn't even enter, right? So the scanner is putting you on these moves like even before it moves enough for the strategy to want to buy it. You know what I mean? Good morning from Lexington, Virginia. Lex Vegas, David. You holding down McAdoo's for me? And Tongs. Tongs is still there, right? I know they had to close their bar, but is the Chinese buffet still there? What else? Palms. We never went to Palms. Palms was always like an old core thing. McAdoo's was our place. It's what people said about Bitcoin too. Oh, the if you would have bought Bitcoin 20 years ago thing, you're like, yeah, no shit, man. Like, who in their right mind would have bought Bitcoin when it was trading at like 2 cents and held it to $120,000? There's nobody did that except for the people that died or lost their hard drive, right? Nobody buys a stock, watches it go up 1,000% and doesn't sell. Main Street Bistro closed. I think I went there once. That was like the kind of nice place, right? Kind of fancy. Oh. SOBR hit the scanner, but just kind of grinding, not exploding. Pause. I max volume, hear light noise, but no actual convo. Yeah, nothing's happening right now, Tech. Like he's not always talking, right? He just talks when something starts moving, when something gets news. It just hasn't happened since 8:30. Our last news came out at 8:30, so yeah, he does sometimes I think forget to mute his mic, or maybe he just never mutes his mic, because sometimes you can hear Charlie, like sometimes you hear him like sigh, sometimes you hear him type, like Charlie, hot mic, bro. Hot mic. How do you choose tickers for getting into trade? I don't auto trade, Bez. These strategies you're seeing on your chart are not real money trades. These are just like where the strategy would have gotten in and out. And of course it updates in real time as well, according to the conditions within the custom code that I've built. But yeah, they don't represent my real money trades, just to make that clear. But when I do decide to take a trade, there's a handful of things. One, I am much more interested in trading stocks with news than I am trading stocks without news. Does that mean I will never trade stocks with news? Dude, I could talk about this for like 2 hours. I mean, we got 2 hours. Let's get into it, I guess. I am much more likely to trade a stock without news if the larger market is hotter, right? Like right now, the small cap gauge is in the red, 26%. The small cap market has just not been hot recently. I'm probably not going to trade a stock without news today. By the way, LABT pushing up again, alerted at 433. Let's see, it might go break that high. And this is exactly what I'm getting into here. This is a stock with positive news on the day. Obviously, if a stock has news, it has a real reason to be up. it's going to be stronger. Like you will notice most days, kind of towards the top of your list here are stocks with news. And then there's a bunch of stuff that goes into it. I care about float. I care about price. I care about volume. I care about the type of news it is. I care about something I do that I honestly think puts me ahead of like every other trader. Well, every other trader that isn't also doing this is every week. I'll actually do it this weekend. I will go back into my time machine. I will load back in every day from this week, and I will look at the top news articles from the day, like the top 3 news articles on the day. I write them all down, and then I look for trends, right? Keeping up with what is the current news buzzword is so important. Like knowing, hey, if a ticker gets this word in the news, it's been really hot over the last week. Like keeping up with that trend into the coming week is very important. So I'm always watching for that kind of stuff too. What else do I look for? I don't know. a gajillion other things. I don't know. But the easiest thing I can tell you is what I just told you, that having the ability to go back and look at past dates, like top news movers, keeping track of what the top news articles were, only trading those news articles in the next coming week. As always, caveat, does that mean that if last week, say it was AI, JMP, good morning, by the way. If it was last week, every top mover had AI in the headline, does that mean that if a stock this week gets AI in the headline that it's going to fly? No, guys, no, of course not. There is nothing I can teach you. There's nothing Ross Cameron can teach you. There's nothing that Warren Buffett can teach you that is going to be guaranteed profit in the stock market, right? It just doesn't exist. It never will exist. The point is, can you stack enough winning percentages in your favor? Can you do enough things that increase your winning percentage / multiplied by your risk reward, of course, to make your strategies profitable over time? You're still going to lose, right? If the buzzword is AI and you trade an AI stock, you still could lose money on it. It's just your percentage chance for making money goes up, and that's all trading is. All trading is statistics and probabilities. Just always remember that a winning percentage implies a losing percentage. There's no such thing as a strategy that never loses, and there never ever will be. I saw you yesterday showing your hover, and it shows what country. Yeah, hold shift. Shift hover shows sector and country. I need to make that copy ticker. I need to make it so that copy ticker hover goes away because it kind of blocks everything. But yeah, shift, like hold shift down on your keyboard and hover, and you should see it. I see you wearing this hat in a lot of videos. I'm guessing a AAA ball team. It's the college I went to, Tech Trader. Virginia Military Institute. Raw Virginia Mill. I do love minor league baseball hats though. There's a lot of really, really good ones out there. Treyding. You know my name, like trading stocks with my name, ding stocks. That is something that someone from a live stream came up with. I used to live stream just under like PG Neo 3. It was just like a name I came up with. My name is, whatever. I guess I don't need to give out my full legal government name. That's just what I used to stream under. And I was like, I was live on Twitch and I was like, I should make my name like have the word stocks in it, right? So like if someone is looking up stocks or something, good for SEO, good for just people knowing what I'm about. And someone suggested trading stocks and it stuck. Shorebirds is not far from you. Yep. Shorebirds. I've thrown out the first pitch at a Shorebirds game. When I was like a kid, my grandfather paid for me to do it. Not like because I'm famous or anything. At minor league ball games, you can like pay $100 and your kid can throw out the first pitch. I grew up going to a lot of Shorebirds games. I've got a lot of family over on the Eastern Shore. I wish I'd seen you on Twitch back in the day, but happy for this. Twitch was a different time, man. It was the Wild West over there. You can just go to my old Twitch page, and obviously it still exists, and you can just watch my intro video. It was a different time, man.
Because low float stocks are volatile because they have less supply, so it takes less demand to move them. There's a chance it bounces.
Look at those neon lights, bro. I used to have them neon lights in my room.
Let's go, baby! Woo! Let's fucking go, man! I want you guys to see all the trades. I show you everything.
Look, I used to show my trades.
Can you guys see out my window? This is a small town life. Look, there's a fucking cow in my front yard. Extra large pho with double meat. Bet you do like double meat, Snapchat. What the hell did you just say? Tesla is my
look at my old dog.
Okay.
Look at Chara, man. She's since
Did you guys know I was on Bloomberg? I've been on TV before talking about stocks. I'm a big fucking deal. Oh, wait, I did it. Wait!
Good times, man. Good times. I have been on Bloomberg. You know, I kind of forget about that. Someone that, the guy that ran Bloomberg Shorts, like the YouTube channel, and, you know, they'd put it on TV too. He liked my stream. He reached out to me on Discord and asked me to do an interview. And they put me both on their YouTube channel and on television. My mom, like, it was funny. I did the interview and then I didn't see anything for like, I mean, it was like a year and a half. Like it was a long time later. So I was like, you know, whatever. They just didn't have any use for it. Maybe they didn't like the interview enough, whatever. And then my mom texts me that her friend just saw me on TV. I'm like, what? Yeah, it was, they finally published the Bloomberg interview with me. And you stopped that? All good things must come to an end, man. All good things must come to an end. Maybe we bring back the morning beers, huh? Maybe I'll get some beer. Maybe I'll have some beer in my mini fridge here. And if the small cap gauge is like really hot, like if we're at 80, 90% and I'm live, maybe we'll crack a 9 a.m. beer or something. We can bring back some of the debauchery. 2 people have signed up to the scanner since I've been live, by the way. Thank you. I'll do my first self-promotion of the day. At least scan this and go access the free version of the scanner, right? Or you can just head to my website, daytradingstrategies.net. There is a free version of the scanner. Obviously, with the free version, you're not going to get all the bells and whistles, but you still get the top 20 gainers today list. Like, not delayed. It doesn't refresh any slower. Nothing like that. You get the full list. You can still sort by volume. You can still sort by float. So it's still very, very powerful for free. No credit card required. So yeah, go take advantage of that. Please don't. Shotgun one at the open. I'm sure I've done that before. Stack them. I know I've shotgun beers on stream. I did that a lot of times, but Squawk sucks. It talks about really huge companies. That's not true. You've probably only listened to it during market hours. It reads out like he would have read out this LABT news at 8:02 as well. You're the first person I've seen that hasn't liked Squawk, Bez. Also, if you don't like it, you can just mute, you know. You don't have to listen to it. But yeah, Squawk has gotten a very positive feedback so far. It's very, very nice. I mean, he keeps you on top of really anything going on in the market. Like, if you've ever missed a breakout before, you ever missed a stock that's up a lot, and you're like, oh my God, I would have made so much money. That will never happen again if you have this scanner and you have your Squawk turned on. Earnings time, so Charlie's reporting all that. Yeah. He reports all the earnings numbers as soon as they come out. Yeah. Have you ever done a video on how to use level 2? I think so. Yeah. Oh gosh, how old is this video? Oh, look at this thumbnail, bro. What was I? When did I publish this? How do I see when I published it? 600 and oh, look, it's actually started getting more views. That is dead, bro. I don't know how to see when I published it, but yeah, there's a video out there on level 2.
What's going on, everybody? It's Treyding Neil here with Squirrel Trading, and welcome back to another video. In today's
Squirrel Trading
video, you are going to see.
What did I import this video from the Squirrel Trading days? What level 2 am I using in this video? Oh, there, that's right. I used to use Weebulls level 2 in my trading. That's what I'm looking at here is Weebulls level 2. Up here on the top right. Thinkorswim's level 2 is pointless. Thinkorswim's level 2 isn't a full level 2. So you're only seeing, like what you're seeing here is you're seeing the largest order from each exchange. Rather than like actually seeing what's on the bid and what's on the ask, you're only seeing like, okay, someone is selling 6,000, or sorry, someone is buying 2,000 shares at EdgeX at 30.80. Someone is selling, 2,000 shares at 30.96 on Arca. It's just whatever the like number one largest order is all that shows. That's a lot of shares being bought. Big buy. What is OTCBB? I don't even know what that exchange is. I'm not really interested in level 2. I think level 2 is extremely important if you're scalping. Like if you're gonna be in and out of trades inside of 30 seconds regularly, level 2 is vital. You must use level 2. But if you like outside of like hyper scalping, I don't really think it matters. It can help you get an edge over like, hey, what is the next tick or two going to be? Like if you see a massive wall pop up on the sell side, you go like, okay, the next couple of ticks are probably going to be down, so maybe I sell or whatever. But once again, that's like for like hyper scalping. If you're like more day trading, like what I do, I don't honestly like I almost think it's a hindrance because I think you look at this and like you see a big sell and you're like, oh my God, I got to sell. And then you sell, and of course it gets broken through, and the stock flies, and you miss out on the move. And like, CUE flying, yeah. First alerted on the scanner here at 29.63, just traded up over $32. That's a nice move, actually. 29.63 to 32. That's an 8% move. You just alerted on here from the scanner, live and in real time. Not going to complain about that, especially on a slow morning like this. If you like obviously I have that video on level 2. The video that I watched on level 2 that like literally taught me what it was is, no, it's a really old one. Ross has a really old video on level 2. No, that doesn't look right either. Why is World of Warcraft popping up? Oh, because I typed in warrior level 2. It's popping up like World of Warcraft stuff. There's a really old video from Ross that I watched 10 years ago. Is this it?
All right, guys. So
no, this isn't it either because he starts with like he has a lot of videos on level 2. It starts with him looking at like slideshow.
10,000 shares. Learn more. What's up? No, it does. There's more behind that.
Yeah, this one's it. This one's it. This is the video I watched 9 years ago that taught me what level 2 is. But this is the one I would suggest. It helped me out a ton. There was a moment in time, 8, 9, 10 years ago where I had watched every single warrior trading video. I watched everything he had published. Level 2 doesn't show the full picture, only limit orders, no hidden orders. Yeah, that's very true. So big money, like institutional traders, can choose whether their trades show or don't show, which means they can literally just use the level 2 to manipulate the price. Like if they want the stock to go down, obviously they will show their huge sell order. If they want the stock to go up, they will just place a huge buy order and not show it. You know what I mean? Like, that's another thing to worry about with level 2. Yeah, for sure. SST was the number 1 and now it fell off. CUE continuing to push now. Oh my gosh, yeah. SST was up big at 4 a.m. and has sold the whole thing off. That's crazy. CUE, very nice. The strategy's actually in this from 28.91. The strategy bought this candle back here. You were first alerted on this second move at I mean, maybe even earlier, but the earliest I see is 29.63, now trading up to 32.45. Very nice. Has the gauge ever been green? Yeah, a bunch of times. There's been many a days that the small cap gauge has been green. Once again, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Red is like the natural state of the market, right? Like the natural state of the market is cool, like chilling, like not hot, right? A hot market is the exception. But yeah, there's been plenty of days that the small cap gauge has been green. What strat are you running? This is my RSI rate of change strategy, and I have bumped the RSI change input parameter down to 8 rather than its default 10. I like to make it a little bit more aggressive. That just means that the candle needs to be a little bit less strong in order for the strategy to want to buy. Obviously, that's up to you. Like if you only want to buy stronger moves, you leave it at 10 or you raise it. I try to make my strategies as customizable as possible. By the way, CUE just broke 33 now. I try to make my strategies as customizable as possible because I know that everyone's going to trade a little differently. Very nice push. More expensive stock, obviously, but pushing. I don't have news on this thing. No. There's no news on this thing. Yesterday. Okay, they had news yesterday. Expands pipeline with exclusive license from Ascendant Health. Did the stock move on this yesterday? Ah, yes. Okay. Okay. They have yesterday after hours, huge mover. Very, very nice move in after hours, by the way. So it's not new to this morning, but it's pushing. $34 now. Once again, the earliest alert I saw was at like what, 29.60 something? What are you up now since that alert? 15% since that alert? That's amazing, right? Not that I'm saying you should have bought the first alert and then never sold, but not that you would have necessarily made 15%, but it provided you with that wave to take advantage of some of it, at least, hopefully. Charlie's reading about Q. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Yep. Once again, anything moving, Charlie will let you know about. I said this a little bit earlier, but there was like 70 viewers in here. I cannot play Benzinga Squawk on these live streams. I'm contractually obligated that Squawk must be behind a paywall. Like I'm not allowed to put it on a free live stream like this. So you guys won't hear Squawk on these streams. But obviously, those of you signed up to the scanner, unmute Squawk. You can listen to Charlie reading out and talking about moves like this as well, live and in real time. He's been talking about it for 15 minutes. Good. That means he was on it early enough. Any recommendation of which scanner that pairs well? Yeah, this scanner. Yeah, the scanner I'm using from my website, yeah. You can't really, I assume you're asking like about my custom Thinkorswim scanners. You can't really use Thinkorswim scanners to day trade, at least not in this manner. They don't update fast enough, right? Thinkorswim only updates their scan results roughly every 3 minutes. It's just like, can you use it for day trading? Yeah, I guess, but like not to catch breakouts as soon as they happen like this. If you want to trade like I trade, like catching breakouts as soon as they happen, you need a real-time stock scanner. It's just the cost of doing business, you know what I mean? There's certain premium tools in trading that like, if you want to trade a certain way, I'm not saying you need them, but if you want to trade a certain way, you sort of need them. I'm gonna take this sweatshirt off. It's hot in my office. don't know why I told you all like that, like you care, but. Hey, yo. Get some golf in today too, boys. Got a tee time at 2:20, I think my buddy booked it for. If you're wondering why I'm wearing the polo today, that's why. That do you go second button buttoned or unbuttoned? That's a little ooh. I'm a little too white for all that. Let me button that back up. Flashbang everybody with my white chest here. Will you do a compare and contrast of your scanner and Warrior Trading? That's a really good idea. I've thought of doing that. I would assume, does anybody out there, I should probably ask the Discord, there's a lot more people, but I would assume, by the way, the strategy just exited 28.91 out at 33.08. I would assume that Warrior Trading should be faster than mine. I would hope so. His costs like $250 a month or something like that, right? I would hope he is using like literal quote data in his. I'm not using literal quote data. I'm using Massive calls it their fair market value algorithm. So like it's still literally tracking the price of the ticker, but it's not the official quotes from the exchanges. And they do update it. You know, I'm able to update that price 4 times a second. So how do I word it? My scanner is going to be faster than any other scanner in my price range. Let's put it that way. Because other scanners in my price range, $45 a month, are using free data, which means that it's going to be about 15 seconds of delay. There are some that get it down to like 5-10 seconds of delay. Like I've looked at like Finviz. Finviz Elite is about a 5 to 10 second delay. Trading View is roughly 10 to 15 second delayed. That Momo scanner, there's some like Momo scanner out there that people like. That one's pretty delayed. That's like 15-20 second delayed. It's just because they're not using, you know, in this price range, like it's cheap, you know, $45 a month is cheap, very cheap for getting stock data like this. People aren't paying what I'm paying to access data like I'm accessing. I spend over $66,000 a year for the data for this scanner, both for the news, both for Charlie, both for the live price action. And it's just like, once again, if you want to trade like I trade, like buying the breakout candles, even if you're 5, 10, 15 second delayed, you're too late, right? You're already the exit liquidity. At 10 seconds late to a move, you're already the exit liquidity. You've already missed it. Especially like when it matters, which is when the market is hot. Like right now, like I'm watching CUE. Okay, maybe if you were 10 seconds late, like maybe who cares, because this stock isn't that volatile. But like for the big ones, like when the market gets really hot, if it breaks out, I mean, it could do 20-30% in 10 seconds. You know what I mean? You can't afford to be 10 seconds late. Once again, if you want to trade breakouts like I trade them. There are obviously other trading styles. 197 a month for Warrior Trading. Yeah. I hope that if he's charging that, that means that he's using quote data. Quote data is the problem with quote data. It's much more expensive, but like that wouldn't even be that big of a deal. The problem with quote data is that it is much more heavily regulated, right? Like the data I'm using is for the most part plug and play. Like I still have to be careful about how I advertise and some things like that, but for the most part it's plug and play. When you start like pulling the literal tick data from the exchanges, there's all kinds of regulatory loopholes. And like they start to charge more, like if my business grows, they would start charging more because they charge like by user, etc. It's a whole like rigmarole. It's not to say that I'll never do it, but I'm pretty happy with the state of the scanner now. I think updating 4 times a second is still pretty damn good. Like yes, it's not literal tick data, but I think if your delay is 250 milliseconds, I think that's okay. For $45 a month, I think that's okay. If I was trying to charge $200 a month, then yeah, you should probably expect literal quote data. But but I'm not, you know, I'm not. Been playing with your thinkorswim scanners, trying to change from Ross to more systematic process, keep blowing accounts. I don't know. I don't like to talk about Ross too much because I don't want it to come off that like I'm a hater. I said this 20 minutes ago, but there was a point in time where I had watched every single video that he ever made. CUE trying to push back up, LABT hitting the scanner again at 419. I like what Ross does a lot. I think he has an awesome business. I will never hate on someone else's business. One, I think there's plenty of room, there's plenty of fish in the sea for both of our businesses to succeed. I don't need to put his down for mine to succeed. Two, I will never disrespect anybody's hustle. And three, I think he puts out amazing educational content. His YouTube videos are probably better than mine. Actually, the market has shown that they are better than mine. The market is always right. But I don't think a beginner day trader should try to trade like Ross trades, right? I think he would probably tell you that, honestly. The way he trades is very fast, and very complex. Like, there's a lot going on that you need to understand. And the big part of it too is when you're trading that fast, when you're scalping like he's scalping, there's so much emotional control required. Like you take normal day trading, kind of more like what I do, where I'm in a trade for 5 to 30 minutes. Yes, there's still emotional control. Like you gotta make sure you don't get angry and start revenge trading. You gotta make sure you hold on to your winners like you're supposed to hold on to them. I could list out 100 more things. With scalping, that gets blown up times 100 because you're having to make those decisions so much more often and so much faster, right? I think it's just very, very hard to trade like Ross trades. Once again, I love what he does. His business is awesome. His YouTube is awesome. I just don't think his style of trading is right for beginner traders. It works for him, obviously, but he's not a beginner trader, right? He's been doing it for longer than I have. LABT pushing. Once again, alerted on this at 419, now trading at 431. Pretty nice. Well, okay, I mean, it's a 3% move, but this morning we're taking 3% moves to the bank, right? Did I drag this up? He does tell you not to follow his trades. Well, he sort of really has to now. Ross Cameron did get sued a few $1 million by the FTC for over-promising in his advertising. He didn't do anything like scammy, like literally wrong, but you can get in a lot of trouble for guaranteeing profits. And he was apparently the way he was advertising his business, it sounded like he was guaranteeing profits too much to the FTC. CREG hit the scanner here at 54 cents. This is a stock that's red on the day. Already pushed up over 12% since the alert though. Look at that. You guys see how fast the scanner is getting you in? Do you see that? 54 cents. As soon as this thing started moving, scanners got you alerted on it. Boom. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you were 10 seconds late to that, so instead of 9:13:03, you got 9:13:20, you got this alert, you're already 3 cents later. You've already missed out on 6% of the move. And that's only being 10-second delayed. You missed out on 10% of the move. And now look at it. 27% since the alert now. Beautiful. Wow. 33% since the move. Once again, the kind of move like this that you need that immediate refresh rate that my scanner has, 4 times a second, updating every 250 milliseconds that my scanner has. Up 41% since the move. Holy smokes. 45% since the move. What a candle that was. That's a 1 minute candle, just ripping. Congrats. Congrats, anybody that caught that. Very sick. Me personally, I'm not interested in trading stocks that are red on the day. Like I just would have never taken this trade because the stock is red on the day. But boy, did it give you a move there. Now selling it all off, but hopefully you're already off the tracks. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. Well, there's why I don't trade stocks that are red on the day. Still a very, very nice move from the alert though. We take those all day, yeah. We take those all day. Little 40% move from the alert there. Once again, vital to be getting alerted on that live and in real time rather than being delayed. Whoa, 3 more? Wait, no, sorry, I just didn't clear. 1 more person signed up for the site. Thank you, I appreciate you. Someone signed up to the annual plan as well. Thank you. If you're in here, I appreciate you. I assume you're in here. They're saying he almost does pump and dumps. Dude, you guys remember, most of you won't remember, most of you wouldn't have been around. What were they called? Were they called Atlas Treyding? I made videos about them. Honestly, like this is going to be a little self-promotion, but you should go watch these videos on my YouTube channel. Especially this one or this one. Watch this one. I read through the, so the Department of Defense and the SEC, I think it was, or maybe it was the FTC, both launched an investigation into this Discord group called Atlas Treyding. And in the investigation, like the papers are public, you can they lay out exactly what they were doing because they had access to their brokerage statements. So they laid out like, so-and-so bought X stock, posted about it in Discord, and then sold it like 2 seconds later. they literally show like in real time and on paper, you can see kind of how a pump and dump group works. It's very interesting stuff. But I guess the point I'm trying to get at is even with all that proof,
CUE.
like they once again, they literally said bought, posted, sold 2 seconds later. They still got the case dismissed. Pump and dumps are very, very impossible to prove because in the letter of the law, the word intent is used, right? Like you have to be able to prove that they pumped a stock only with the intent to sell into their followers, which unless someone literally says out loud that that's what they're doing, how else do you prove it, right? That's why you see a lot of people, you're like, this guy's a pump and dumper. Why doesn't the SEC because they kind of can't, man. I mean, they're kind of handcuffed by the way the law is written, unfortunately. SOBR, sober hitting the scanner. Q is still hitting the scanner as well. Okay. CUE just got another big candle pushing back up into highs. The strategy actually got back in at 33.88 here. You things are starting to wake up a little bit. Starting to wake up a little bit. What we got? We got 11 minutes, 11 and a half minutes until market open. Let's have some fun, hopefully, at a bell here. It's not been the worst pre-market I've ever watched. CUE was a nice move. That CREG was awesome. This was an awesome move. Isn't the scanner the coolest thing is how would you ever have known about this, right? You would have never ever seen this move if you aren't using a scanner at least similar to mine, right? Some sort of real-time scanner letting you know when stocks are moving. And once again, you got alerted before a 40+% move up. And you would have just never, you would have never seen that. Right? Who the hell was looking at this stock other than people using real-time data like this? Wow. Dude, CUE doesn't want to give up. Charlie announced it before the scanner showed it. Nice. Perfect. That's awesome. Charlie started talking about it before it even made a big enough move to hit the scanner. Nice. Even better. Hey. So you were alerted on it even faster with my scanner. That's another thing now about my scanner with Benzinga Squawk added. That's another $175 a month feature, by the way. To access this Squawk data costs $175 a month. I have added it to my real-time stock scanner that costs $45 a month. You can say whatever you want about my scanner. I mean, feel free, but the one thing you can't say is that it's not good value. No matter what you think about it, factually good value. The scanner is. Would you consider the scanner momentum or scalp? Both. The scanner is going to put you on anything that's moving. What I would tell you to that, Santo, is I would tell you that you would use this small cap gauge to decide how you wanted to trade the moves, right? Right now, the small cap gauge is telling you that the market is not having a lot of follow through, which is true, right? The market's not having a lot of follow through. A lot of these stocks are kind of pumping and just kind of fizzling out. So when the gauge is down here at 28%, maybe you adjust your trading style to be a little bit more scalpy, right? Like maybe you get out of your winners a little bit faster rather than holding on to them and looking for the bigger moves. You know what I mean? Whereas if we were up here in the green, if the markets were really hot, things were getting a lot of follow through both today and previous days, then maybe you're more of a momentum trader. Maybe you're holding on to those winners a little longer. So the scanner sort of, helps you dictate that as well, how you would like to trade for that day, which is vital, by the way. I say it all the time. 237 of you are in here. Welcome, by the way. Good morning. 200 of you have probably already heard me say this, but this is like the most underappreciated part of the scanner. This is a calculation that I came up with. You're not going to find this anywhere else. It's not just like data that I pulled from somewhere else. It's a calculation that I came up with that measures the overall strength of the small cap market, both today and across some subset of previous days. And it's vital. Being able to visualize the current market condition helps so much. Because what do I say? Every single trading strategy will be profitable if it is put into its correct working market condition.
CERS.
Right? So trading strategies are important. Yes, of course they are. But what's more important is being able to visualize the current market condition and apply the correct strategy to that market condition. Right? That's trading, right? That's what trading is. And that's why there's not just some magic strategy that someone can teach you that would make you profitable. Because it doesn't exist, because the market conditions are rapidly evolving. They're like different all the time, market conditions are. You have to be able to adjust accordingly. If there were just one way to trade and you could make money, then someone would just sell you that for $1,000. You would pay it happily and then you would go make money. But it just, unfortunately it doesn't exist. You need to be flexible. You need to have an arsenal of trading strategies and you need to understand when to apply them. Oh, I just realized I have my green screen. I normally don't have my green screen on my streams. Whatever. I like it. Thank you for that bit of info. Been very helpful. Yeah, but dude, I love doing these live streams, and I love the video I made yesterday too, where I just sort of watch stocks and then talk about what I'm seeing. I think it's the best way to teach. I think I can convey the most information on live streams like this and on videos like I made yesterday, rather than like having a format and having a script and focusing only on one thing. Like I like just sort of yapping about what I see as moving and I think making decisions like that and learning lessons like that live and in real time with real charting is, that's real trading, right? Not looking back at past charts and coming up with a curated explanation of why the move happened. Looking at moves happening now and talking about them, that's what you need to be able to do. Yeah, I did JMP, and it is built to properly skip non-trading days. It skips weekends and it skips market holidays. Does the small cap gauge so that it doesn't get like hella thrown off. Do you look for patterns? Yes, but not while trading, right, Eric? I'm a system trader, which means that I will only take trades according to my proven systems, which means that all of the work that I put in trading happens after market close, happens when the market's not open. I spend, hours a week. Like I'm always doing this. It's a job that never stops, but I am optimizing trading strategies. I'm looking to build new ones. I am back testing. I am, once again, we discussed this a little bit earlier, but I'm going back and through the time machine and I'm looking at news and how news affects moves, etc. Where was I going? Oh, so do I look for patterns? Yes, but like I'm not looking at SOBR like, okay, it's riding this trend line now, and if it breaks over this, then I'm gonna like, no, that's discretionary trading. All of my patterns are proven during market close, and then I just trade the systems accordingly, right? Like my strategy is in this trade from 87 cents. It just barely didn't get stopped out here at 86 cents. My stop out is first candle to close below the low of previous candle. I think this closed at like the same price. Which TOS charts could be moved around like in Webull? Yeah, like it was more modular. That would be nice. It would be nice if Thinkorswim was more modular, but what you can do is you can click on this button here. Oh, you can't see, sorry. So you click on this top hamburger icon here, and you can click detach, and it pops this screen out into a new window. So that's sort of how Thinkorswim handles modularity. Like it's not natively built in, but you can detach things like that to sort of make it that way. You can do that with a lot of things. You can do it with scans. You can do it with your monitor window. You can do it with your active trader windows. Like I have active trader windows like extended and popped out onto my other monitors here so that you guys can't see them. How do you copy tickers? Just click on it. So like just left click DGNX and then paste. The news section isn't working. Yeah, I think I see this too. There's something going on in the back end that is overloading the scanner. When it starts to get too much, it'll go away. Everything I've seen so far, this happens intermittently. It's something I need to look into. I apologize. At Open, do you usually watch the top gainers? No. So at Open, I mean, like, yes, it just inherently, I will be looking at whatever stock I'm looking at. But since you have a real-time stock scanner now, at Open, my eyes go here. So I sort this by last high of day so that I can see what top 20 gainer is currently moving. And then I'm watching the volume on the moving now. And obviously I'm listening to the audio alerts from both my most recent high and Charlie. What I'm looking for is stocks with very heavy volume hitting the scanner out of market open. That's what I'm looking for. What steps do you take the few minutes after your alert on your scanner to confirm it's a trade you want to take? How do you do it all in seconds? Because I just look at volume, basically. If the stock is trading heavy volume and my strategy aligns, I'll trade it. There's caveats to that, right? Small cap gauge is red today. I'm going to be taking way less, if any, trades today. I'm not going to lie to you guys. When the small cap gauge is in the red, I usually don't trade. That's just kind of how I handle shitty markets. I don't need to try to trade them. I don't need to try to grind out bad days. Now, if you're trading a smaller account, you probably do still need to be trading days like this because once again, most days are going to be like this. So you have to try to be grinding them out. If a couple of stocks are hitting at the same time, I'm going to pick the one with news. If a couple of stocks are hitting at the same time, I'm going to pick the one that has the lowest float. Things like that. I'm looking for news. I'm looking for volume. I'm looking for float, and I'm trading according to what the overall market condition is. And then after that, my strategies are running on the chart, right? Like the really nice thing is I know exactly when I'm supposed to get in and when I'm supposed to get out. The best part by far of these codified trading strategies is that you know exactly when you're supposed to get out of the trade. The hardest thing for beginner traders is that, right? It is both holding on to their winners long enough and getting out of their losers fast enough. Like when you're in this CUE trade and it pushes up to $31 and you're in from $28.91, you're like, oh my gosh, should I sell? Should I sell? Should I sell? If you have a strategy running on your chart that you have proven to be profitable, you're like, no, I don't. No, I know I don't sell this. There's no stress. There's no thinking. I will get out when I'm supposed to at $33, right? Here we go. Markets are open. Let me grab my market open monster. Oh, shoot. I forgot to put monsters in the fridge. No. Warm monster today. All right, it takes the stocks a couple of seconds to trade enough volume to hit the scanner out of market open. Now let's see what we got. CUE falling hard. So once again, my eyes are here. I see SOBR hitting the scanner. Nice. This is a really nice move. I like this move. It's not perfect because it doesn't have news, but look at this. 58 million shares into a 1.89 million share float. It's crazy. I like this move a lot. Once again, A+ would be that it also has news, and it doesn't, so it's not an A+ setup, but one that I like, SOBR. Also, you're pushing into that $1 right now, so be wary of that. If you're more of a discretionary type trader, $1 is going to be massive resistance. Let's see if it can get through. Oh, monster just splooged all over my desk.
FIGG.
Pause.
CERS.
All right, look at all this. You see all this really light volume stuff hitting the scanner? Not interested. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested. I do see LABT hitting the scanner. LABT is another one that I'd be interested in. Very heavy volume. I can't type to save my life. LABT, obviously a heavy volume stock as well. I'm going to go back and watch this SOBR move, though. I want to watch how this thing reacts at $1. Look, a lot of light volume stuff. So I'm looking for M's, right? Anything under 1 million shares traded, I just don't care about. If you're like, Trey, what exact volume are you looking for? Like, obviously the higher the better. This one, not interested in. 1 million shares, but into a 166 million share float. It's just not going to be that volatile. Way too much supply.
CERS.
We can click on it. I can go show you. Oh, this thing got news and after hours yesterday. Wow, really nice on the news and after hours yesterday. But now not news driven and huge float. Doesn't really get my rocks rolling too much. Did SOBR fail at $1? It's still trying. You're in SOBR from 78 cents. You held through open? Congrats, Ken. You're a wild man, Ken. Holding stocks through market open like a gangster, bro. That's some gangster shit, bro. CREG, isn't this the 40% stock from earlier? Yes, it is. Once again, I would not trade this stock because it's red on the day. I just very simply, I don't trade stocks that are red on the day. CREG is down 40%. Like, yes, it's pushing up. Shout out the scanner for letting us know it's pushing up right now, but it's not going to be for me. Am I telling you not to trade stocks that are red on the day? No, of course not. Do what you want. Well, actually, that's a terrible thing to say. Don't do what you want. Do what you have proven to be profitable. If trading stocks that are red on the day is profitable to your strategy, then yeah, by all means, please keep doing it.
AXTX.
I would never tell a trader to change what they're doing if they're making money.
AXTX.
There are millions of ways to make money in the stock market. If you have found one that works for you, yeah, keep doing that, man. I'm not going to try to teach you to like change your strategy. Oh, SOBR, there it goes. Got through that $1.
SOBR.
Some old geezer. What's up, bro? SOBR, very nice. My strategy is still in this from 87 cents, by the way. I'll tell you another secret. I would not have held this through market open. Now, would I have bought it again at 99 cents? Maybe. Maybe not. Wink, wink. I did talk about how much I liked this move, though. This was the stock I locked onto out of open. Getting a nice push. I mean, it's not going insane. What's this move? If you're in from 99 cents, I mean, you're up 7%. You can't complain about being up 7%.
GOVX.
The website is disconnected. What do you mean, like the whole scanner? It shouldn't be. I think the news is having problems. My news modal is having problems right now. Backend's getting too overloaded. I'll work on that. Honestly, what it is that the scanner is becoming more and more popular. Like the other day ago, I had to both up my webhook size and my virtual machine size because it was just running into limits, which is a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have that too many users are logging into the website and slowing it down. SOBR. What's the number one stock that we talked about out of market open, chat? How did I locate this move, chat? Just watching. All I was doing was watching the volume on the moving now out of open.
FIGG.
Very, very nice.
AXTX.
You're now up 11% from that 99 cents entrance. Once again, the strategy is still in from 87 cents.
FIGG.
Once again, I'm not a cowboy like Ken is. I wouldn't have held through market open. Congrats though, Ken. Sick trade for you, by the way, in a 78 cents. Let us know when you lock profit on this thing, Ken. I want to know how many millions of dollars you made.
TEAM.
Ah, that's sick.
ANGX.
Do you find the RSI rate of change better than the ATR breakout strategy? It's just the one I've been looking at recently. Is it better or worse? Honestly, I don't really know. Where's the ATR breakout strategy? Nice.
DGNX.
ATR breakout is going to be much more scalpy, right? Like ATR breakout is much more in, out. Like it just got in and out again. I think it's going to depend on your trading style, right? And maybe like this is just a suggestion. It's not something I'm telling you to do, but like maybe you use this strategy when the market condition is in the red, because this strategy protects the downside much faster, right? Like it gets out of, it requires much more weakness. Sorry, what? It requires much less weakness from the stock for like to get stopped out of the move. So like maybe this is one you trade if you want to scalp more, which obviously is up to you. Whereas the RSI rate of change is one that you trade if you want a little bit more of a momentum, like hold a little bit longer. XXII, yep. Oh, wow. 47 million shares into a 620,000 share float. XXII is a very, very small float, trading a lot of volume today. Obviously, most of it from whatever this push was this morning. Does it have? I don't think it has news. No, it doesn't have news. Am I just missing that? No. This doesn't. What was this? Why did this thing go nuts at like 4 a.m. this morning? Doesn't even have news. Whatever, fair enough. Stocks don't need news to go crazy. Apparently. All right, what else are we looking at?
MRAM.
CUE, is this continuing? No, that is not continuing at all. Our sober trade, I think, is sort of over now. I mean, never say never. Wait. Oh, never say never. Our strategy got stopped out, sure, but is it okay? Are you going to stop us out and go right back up? I mean, look, fair enough. The strategy locked in what on this trade? 16%? I'm not going to complain. I don't care if you keep going. I'm very good. I'm very good at that. It's something that took a while. It's something that took a long time. But I'm very good about not caring what a stock does after I get out. Like, dude, the strategy made 16%, 17% in this trade. What am I? I'm supposed to be mad if it goes up another 20%? Who cares? Yeah, the goal of trading is never to be first in, last out, right? Like your goal is never to buy the very bottom and sell the very top. Your goal is to be a surfer, right? I like that analogy. Find waves and ride them somewhere in the middle. Capture what you can of the wave. Don't try to be the first in. Don't try to be the last out. Just take your 17%. Once again, let's be honest with each other. I would have never held through market open, so 7% for me. But
GOBX.
Still, take your 7%. And what are you going to do? Complain about making 7% in, how long was that? In 12 minutes? Long-term investors would be relatively happy making 7% in 12 months. You know what I mean? I think they'd hope for a little better, but you get the point. Ready for work? You made money on LABT. Ravage, congratulations, my friend. Congrats. I do love, like, at market open, the chat sort of like slows way down. Everyone like locks in, you know what I mean? The markets are open. Everyone, shit's really moving now. Everyone's got to lock into their charts.
ANGX.
No time to type in chat. I get it. Makes sense. It's what you should be doing. It's just funny. ISPC, heavy volume, really small float. No news, though. Not a lot of stocks with news today. It's really just LABT. ESPR has news, but it's just a buyout, so it's not tradable news. LABT is like the only like mover worth talking about that has news on the day, which is weird. Unusual, I would say. That few stocks like in your top 20 gainers are going to have news. What do we got? ISPC, CWRG, or sorry, CRWG. Okay. There's a stock. 3.18 million shares traded on the day.
SOBR.
Charlie Romeo Whiskey Golf. I lost on XXII earlier. All good. As long as you stuck to your strategy, right? My strategy loses all the time. My strategy took a loser on XXII right before market open too. And then it won. A good trade is a trade that you follow your rules. A bad trade is a trade that you break your rules. Not that you made or lost money. Who cares if you made or lost money? It's one trade, right?
LITX.
Isn't your goal to take like thousands and thousands of trades over your trading career? Your job is not to make money in every trade you take. Out at 107 for a 37% gain. Ken, that's sick, bro. On Sober. Ooh. Sober. Wow, that's kind of a gross candle. Sober trying to break though. Got a big sort of doji breakout here at highs. So I'd be a little careful of that. But once again, I'm not a discretionary trader, so who cares?
TEAM.
I don't do live chart analysis in that way. In my actual trading, of course. Just chatting with you guys, I kind of do because it's fun. It's fun to make predictions, but in my actual trading, I don't trade in that way. My strategy's not in this anymore anyway, so who cares? But it's trying.
ATOM.
Once again, this is the stock we locked onto right out of market open. Someone asked me right before market open, Trey, how do you pick stocks? I watched the volume on the moving now. We saw SOBR trading very heavy volume. We locked in here, and it's kind of been the stock, right? You're getting disconnected, reconnecting? Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, guys. Maybe I have to raise my WebSockets again. That was the issue that was happening intermittently when I had to raise my WebSockets a couple weeks ago. Once again, it's just that too many people are trying to log into the scanner. I will. That's actually really easy to fix. I just have to change my WebSocket size and my code. I'll do that right after this stream, so you guys shouldn't have that problem moving forward. I would just like keep refreshing, David. Eventually, it'll let you in. Think of it like you're in line, kind of. It shouldn't be like that, and it won't be like that after this stream. But right now, I apologize, but it's like that. Explain how those drastic candles happen like that. Volume and low float, right? And volume, low float, and large group psychology. Everybody and their mother bought this breakout, right? When this stock broke 110, people were all over it. Boom, 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 boom. Then you immediately get profit takers, right? Then you immediately get, okay, people that are scalping or getting out, or maybe people that were already in from down here taking their profits. So it starts selling off. So then all of a sudden, all those people that bought the breakout, it breaks back below 110. They all start panicking and selling. So, and when you have a stock with such a low supply, like Sober's float is 1.89 million shares. That is micro
LITX.
float, very small supply. It traded 4 million shares in that 1 minute candle. It rotated its float almost 3 times in one candle. That's crazy. So via the basic laws of supply and demand, the price is going to be very volatile because the demand is much higher than the supply. And then once again, you get your breakout, and then you get your sellers for both profit taking, and then you start getting your sellers for panicking, and then and then you get a candle like that. CHSN has heavy volume. And one of those kind of barcodey penny stock, high frequency algorithm stocks. Wouldn't be for me, CHSN. This is HFTA dream, high frequency trading algorithm. What else? What else? What else? What's most recently pushed into high day team? Okay. Here's your large float grinder. Team 166 million share float. So don't expect this thing to like be very volatile.
SATL.
But still on a nice grind up. I mean, look, yeah. This move looks nice. It's 4%, right? That's kind of just what happens with these higher float stocks. Obviously, we just talked about supply and demand. If the supply is huge, price volatility is going to be much lower. CHSN, yeah, that's the one we just looked at, but that's your HFTA stock. Not really one for us, I think, to really worry about. I guess not that you can't make money on this thing, but I'd be careful of it for sure. Kind of a random volume spike on no news. We still got 45 minutes left in the stream. I've had a very good time so far.
TEAM.
Even though it's not like been a, we're not getting our multi-100% rip facers. Still been a good morning of movers, and I think we've gotten a lot of really good conversation in this morning too. I feel like this has been a good morning of like, even people like watching this VOD, maybe people that weren't even here live, you're gonna learn a lot from. Oh, I need a haircut. Still have eyes here. Oh my gosh, Sober is back.
TEAM.
I was gonna say still have eyes here looking for a heavy volume stock, and you got a heavy volume stock. Sober is still doing that thing.
TEAM.
What in the fuck was that?
SOBR.
Grab my gun. Someone just like yelled outside my office. Anyway, SOBR is continuing its push up here. Very nice, trying highs. I got stopped out on SST pre-market. See it coming back up, blows. Yeah, once again, Santo, it's like so another beauty of system trading is like if you followed your system and you got stopped out for a loss, it's like, you know what? I know I did the right thing, right? Like, did I lose? Yes. Does it suck to see it coming back up? Yeah, that never really goes away. I hate to tell you, the emotions never really go away. You just start to learn how to like, I did the right thing. I did what I was supposed to do. I got out where I was supposed to get out, and it was, I just lost money. Whatever. Move on to the next trade, That kind of just comes with time. I do wish I could like teach you all a secret to like emotional control, but it just comes with chart time. Good morning. What's up, Wonder Boy? How you doing? 240 viewers in here still. Good morning, everybody. Hope you all are having a nice and green market open here. Sober has crossed the 100 million volume into a 1.89 million share float. This is still your stock to be watching right now. I love it. Maybe I love this morning so much because Sober was like literally the stock we picked to watch, right? Like first candle of the day, this stock hit the scanner trading very heavy volume. So this is the stock we locked in on, and it's been the stock. Sober not quitting yet. Green on LABT, nice $200 base hit, very nice. $200 base hit is sick, Jimmy. I think most people in this stream would probably be very, very, very happy with $200. That's sick, bro. Congrats. To be honest, it's because I held too long. Yeah, so then in your journal, when you journal your trade, you'd make a note that like, hey, I broke my rules on this one. I think it's nice to put a little note into every trade you take in your journal, whether you followed or didn't follow your rules. AKAN doesn't want to stop yet. Wasn't this the hot stock from yesterday? Yeah, ish. Choppy. Trying to get going again, yes. Oh. Walmart still rolling? Walmart is one of those stocks that you're never going to beat, huh?
AGH.
What the Can't trade something on Webull? Get off Webull, brother. I'm joking. Yeah, I don't know. Certain tickers have certain brokerages have certain requirements on what types of stocks you're allowed to trade. Thinkorswim did for a little bit. I think they still do. But there's a document you can sign with Thinkorswim to be like, yo, let me trade risky penny stocks. I understand the risk of trading this shit, basically.
LWLG.
I saw AKA at 11 several days ago. Now landed on the moon. Yep. SOBR. Wow. Highs. Dude, what a stock this morning, huh? 126% up now. Sierra Oscar Bravo Romeo. I consent that I'm trading hot garbage at my own discretion. Exactly. Exactly. I say it all the time. I think it's a good practice for you all. Look at the daily charts on these stocks. Look at SOBR's daily chart. Atrocious. I mean, god awful. Like this is a terrible daily chart. And that's going to be true for 90% of the stocks hitting a scanner like this. These are very, very flash pan moves we are looking to take advantage of here, right, folks? These are never like, oh, I'm going to buy and hold SOBR for the next 2 weeks. Like, no, for the love of God, like, don't do that.
EGHT.
SOBR will be a 60-cent stock again, probably tomorrow, if I had to guess. At least within the next like week or two, it'll be a 60-cent stock again. These are not good companies. These are not good stocks, which is kind of why they are able to move up this hard, right? Like a lot of it has to do with short squeezes, right? Like these stocks are very heavily shorted, which is a big reason why if they start to get a little bit of momentum, they start to squeeze those shorts, right? Which obviously adds to the buying pressure. Why did you never buy a course when learning to trade? I think all the information you need is free. Can a trading course be helpful in that it like gives you a more organized timeline of learning? Yes, I think so. I really have nothing against trading courses, I guess.
EGHT.
The issue is there's just a lot of shitty ones out there. But there's a lot of courses out there from like verified good traders. If that's the direction you want to go, you by all means. I don't sell a course. Well, that's not true. I sell a course, but it's a coding course. I sell a course on how to code in Thinkorswim. I don't sell a trading education course. I guess never say never, but I don't see myself ever doing it. I'm kind of more of a believer in like selling software, right? I sell software as a service. That's my business. Like I sell actionable tools, you know what I mean? Like I don't sell my ideas. I give you all I mean, how many ideas have we talked about on this live stream today? You know what I mean? Anything you want to know about trading, I will tell you for free. It's not like I'm keeping some secrets that I'm going to sell or something. No. I also think that's the other thing about courses. It's something that you need to understand if you're going to buy a course is like what I just said, right? There's not like, there's not some secret to trading that when you buy a course, you're going to learn something that's going to make it profitable. Like, there's not. Like, SOBR continuing its push up, 125 now. Once again, we were on this thing. I mean, literally right out of market open, we were on this thing from the moving now scanner. Been locked in on this all morning, and it's been the stock to be locked in on. $150 up on sober, in green and out. Win, Cameron. Congratulations, my friend. Sounds like a lot of you are doing well this morning. I would love, like, I don't think I ever will be able to. Because, like, I thought about it, like, oh, if I put a poll in the Discord. But, like, the issue with polls is, like, well, let me tell you what I want to do. I would love to know, like, the success rate of day traders that have access to my scanner. Because we all know the statistic, 85% of day traders fail, right? I would love to know if that number, like how much better that number is with my scanner. I don't expect, like I never would expect that everyone signed up to my scanner is profitable. Just won't happen. You still have to put in work, right? And some people are still going to sign up to the scanner and not put in any work and expect it to be a magic bean, and they're still going to lose money. You know what I mean? But I would like to think like if 85% of day traders fail, that like hopefully my scanner, like maybe like 65% of people signed up to my scanner or something fail. Like if I can make the number 10, 15, 20% better for people. But I don't know. That's just, you know, I'm not saying that is the statistic. That's just me kind of blowing smoke. Yeah, just like with the education conversation we had, there's no like magic that's gonna, you know, you're not gonna learn something that magically makes you profitable. It's the same thing with premium tools. The scanner that I sell, the strategies that I sell, they're not gonna magically make you profitable. The idea and the, you know, the idea of premium tools like this is that they will help, right? They'll help your trading, but you still got to put in a lot of work. Mostly on your emotional control. Secondly, on obviously understanding market conditions and when to trade certain strategies within them.
TLIH.
Thousands of hours of knowledge available for free. Yeah. Like I said, I can see the benefit in a trading course because if done correctly, it would format the education in such a way that like you're learning beginner level stuff, intermediate up to advanced, you know, rather than like kind of getting a hodgepodge of all YouTube content thrown at your face. I think that's another, here we go. Look, I say things and they remind me of rants, but another very important rant is that all day trading education needs to only be taken in the context it's given, right? When I talk to you all about how I trade continuation trading strategies, that you should not try to apply that same knowledge to reversal trading strategies, right? They're two very different things. They need to be traded very differently. When I talk about how to swing trade, it shouldn't be taken to how to day trade. When I talk about investing, it shouldn't be taken into how to swing trade. When I talk about trading low float breakouts, it shouldn't be taken into trading high float grinders. You know what I mean? Like, wow, holy stutter. I see it all the time. People like applying like Warren Buffett quotes to day trading. That's like the most egregious example. Guys, Warren Buffett, when he said, be fearful when others are greedy, he wasn't talking about day trading a 1.89 million share float in pre-market, right? He was talking about buying Waste Management and holding it for 25 years. You know what I mean? All market education needs to be only taken in the context it's given in. What do you think about Oliver Ballers? Did I just get ligma'd? It feels like I just got ligma'd. Like, I don't know. If Oliver Ballers is a real name, I've never heard of him. Emotions are a bitch. Emotions are a bitch. And like I said, unfortunately, listen, I've been doing this for 10 years now. They never really go away. I still sort of feel the same in my head when I take a loss, or especially like when I take a loss and the stock rockets up. Still sort of sucks. Never really stops sucking. You just learn how to not make decisions based on your emotions, right? That's the important part. Be as emotional as you want. Get as mad as you want to. Get as happy as you want to. Just don't change the way you trade. Which, once again, being a systematic trader helps in that a ton. Having a trading system helps in that a ton. If you're a discretionary trader, it's very, very hard to like if you're someone that live reads markets and makes decisions based on current chart patterns, etc. It's very hard to like, when you take a loss, not go revenge trade, not change how you trade, not break your rules, stuff like that. Add a float filter to the scanner. Like this. Are you adding a volume filter to the scanner? Yeah, I probably should. I probably should. I think a volume filter would be nice to have. My biggest issue, why I haven't done it yet, because it would be very easy to do. I mean, I could do it in 3 minutes right now. The reason I haven't done it yet is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the volume, like from my data source, actually doesn't update 4 times a second. It updates, I think, like roughly every 3 seconds or something like that. So like if you were, that doesn't matter for the moving now. The moving now is still able to capture it. I've done some stuff in the back end that it can still capture change. But if you were to like filter, like I only want to see stocks that have traded at least 1 million shares on the day. If a stock breaks that, like gets a big boom, trades above 1 million shares, it'll be delayed by a few seconds for you on the scanner. My data source, it provides real-time price action. It doesn't provide real-time volume. Close, once again, it's like a few seconds. It's not crazy, but that's the only reason I haven't yet. Super hard not to revenge trade. Oh, I know. So accounts are never really blown by following rules, right? Every time you blow an account, it is almost always because you are revenge trading, right? You took a loss, you got emotional, you sized up, you broke your rules. You took another loss, you sized up again, you broke your rules more, you overtraded more, all of a sudden your account's gone, right? If you were like literally like actually following your rules like you're supposed to, even if they're bad rules, like even if the rules suck, even if the rules aren't profitable, you still probably aren't going to blow your account. At least not like in a day like that. Like I guess you could grind it down towards 0 over time, but that's not really how most accounts are blown. Has anyone in here ever like grinded an account down to 0 over months? No. When you blow your account, it's because of one very bad, very emotional day. I can be empathetic to that. I blew 3 accounts when I started trading, right? I know how it goes. Trust me. I remember how those days feel. Those are memories I'll never forget. CUE is trying to get a little fight back here, but just got crushed out of market open. Revenge trading is the difference between a 15K loss and a $400 loss. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. If you were supposed to lose $400 on the day according to your strategy and you turn it into a very, very bad day. Yeah. The main problem I discovered from journaling is holding my losers, having a hard time fixing it. I would suggest running more backtesting, Santo. The thing that got me over like really giving a shit when I take a loss is that I backtested. I mean, just like I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours backtesting. And you just start to see like, you start to see thousands of trades laid out on an Excel document in front of you. You know, once you pull the report, you put the report in an Excel document, you start to see all the trades, and you see the little P&L graph on the right is going up, and you're like, dude, that's beautiful. That's exactly what I want. But then you see in all the trades, you see like loss, 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 loss. You're like, okay, like I can still achieve this P&L curve with this many losses. Like it just starts to clarify for you that like losing doesn't really matter, right? At least, well, let me put it this way. Losing individual trades doesn't really matter. It's not really something to care about. Like you're gonna lose trades, man. I lose trades all the time, especially when I'm trading like this, when I'm trading my continuation trading strategy. I lose more trades than I win. I have like a 35% win rate. The thing is, what I aim for and what I'm usually able to achieve is that my winners are much bigger than my losers, right? Like when I get into a winning trade, I let it run, right? And when I get into a losing trade, I get stopped out quickly. It's just my trading style. It's not for everyone. I would honestly say that like most people probably wouldn't trade like I trade. Like most people would rather target a high win rate, which is fine, right? I mean, that's why I provide 150 plus custom trading codes on my website. I have probably 15 continuation trading strategies and 15 reversal trading strategies on my website, you know? And the reversal trading strategies are the ones that target a higher win rate.
AIOS.
Are you going to continue the videos on the new PDT rule? Yep, I will. I sort of did with the video yesterday. I just didn't really talk about it, but the video yesterday was like kind of just this. Like I just recorded the first 20 minutes of Market Open and talked about what was moving. Once again, those are my favorite videos to make. These live streams I love because I can just, I can just yap. I think I get to teach the most when I can just like watch stocks moving live and in real time and just talk about my thoughts on them. SOBR kind of turning resistance into support here at 110. At least trying to. Keep your losers smaller, yeah. On your continuation trading strategies, yes. Reversal trading strategies, not so much. I've got a reversal trading strategy that averages 85%, usually sometimes higher, actually, like 87, 88% win rate. But the losers are also larger than the winners. Profitability is a seesaw, right? It is win percentage times risk reward. And unfortunately, I like to call it a seesaw because you can never really raise both, right? Like, don't listen to these gurus that are like, you should have a 75% win rate and a 3-to-1 risk reward. Doesn't exist. You will never find a strategy, at least that can do that for like multiple years. Like, can a strategy do that for a few months? Yeah, I mean, any strategy can get hot. Any strategy can get lucky. But like consistently for years, no. There's no strategy that's got a 75% win rate and a 3-to-1 risk reward. If there was, I would just teach you that and we'd all be on our yachts in Monaco this summer. You know what I mean? Like, if it were that easy. So like when you go to raise one, when you go to raise your win percentage, you're gonna hurt your risk reward. It's just about like getting enough of a little curve in that seesaw to make it profitable over time. How many days do I come live? Monday and Friday. So 2. Every Monday morning, every Friday morning. Things have slowed down a bit. Tends to happen about 10 o'clock when the market's slow. I am really looking forward to it, and it will happen. I promise you it will happen. There are like 5-6 weeks a year where the small cap gauge is going to be like really, really hot. We're up here in the green and things are just flying all morning. It will happen. It's all about staying in the game long enough to wait for that to happen. And then obviously the most important part is being able to visualize it, being able to see, hey, now is the time to put your foot on the gas, right? I'll say it one more time, if you haven't already, at least go sign up to the free scanner, right? I mean, it would be asinine of you to not go sign up to the free scanner. It's completely free, no credit card required. You don't have to make an account. Just go to daytradingstrategies.net, click on this button, and you will still get access to the top 20 gainers today. You're not going to get the moving now. You're not going to get the news. You're not going to get the time machine. You're not going to get the squawk, the small cap gauge, the filters. You do get audio alerts, but they are 5-minute delayed. But still, like a live updating top 20 gainers today, and even a 5-minute delayed most recent high audio alert. That's got to be worth free, right? I mean, surely it's worth free. So go get signed up to that. Bookmark the page. At least be looking at that every single morning while you have your charts open. And obviously, once you decide that you would like to unlock all the bells and whistles, go ahead and get signed up. You can unlock all these beautiful bells and whistles for only $45 a month, or only like, I think it's less than $34 a month with the annual plan, which I hate to tell you guys, if you've not done your shopping, I implore you, go do your shopping. You're not going to find what I offer for cheaper. I promise you're not. You're not going to find a scanner that updates as fast as mine with all the trading codes and with the Discord that you get access to. You're just not going to find it cheaper anywhere else. Hell, most people charge way more money than that just for their Discord, right? You guys have seen what people charge for their Discord servers. Wow. AKAN, Alpha Kilo, Alpha November. Don't call me Shirley. Would you do a yearly scanner price without the Discord? No. The Discord and the codes are free add-ons. It's not like I'm charging more because of the Discord. Just the scanner itself at $400 a year is still incredible value. Once again, literally just Squawk would cost you $175 a month to access this data. And it's, you know, just something tacked into my scanner. I spend $66,000 a year on the data for the scanner. I have to charge you something for it. Oh, it's halted? Oh, I wasn't even paying enough attention. When did it halt? 10:10:22. Yep. Halted 1 minute ago. Uno minuto. I have monthly, just asking. Thank you for being signed up to the monthly, my friend. Appreciate that. A lot of people, like over the last 2 months, have been signing up to the monthly plan. It's kind of like the one I've been trying to advertise more. I'm also getting some paid ads going. If you guys could like do me a huge favor, if you ever see a paid ad from me on Meta or Instagram, just leave a comment on it with your experience. Because that, honestly, like, that's what sells. You guys know, when you guys see ads, what's the first thing you do? You go to the comments, right? You go read the reviews.
GOBS.
What do you mean by codes? All of these, so this strategy that you see running on your chart here, this is a custom code that I created and built for Thinkorswim. When you sign up to the website, you also get access to all 150 plus custom Thinkorswim codes that I've built. All you need to do is copy a URL that is available to you on the website, obviously. You come to the settings cog here in the top right, open shared item, you paste in that URL, and you have the code. Thinkorswim makes it very easy to import custom codes, which is really nice. Hell, over 4,000 people signed up to my website at $45 a month when it was only the codes. For the first year and a half of my business, I only sold these codes. You know, think of all the value added with this scanner, and I didn't raise the price at all. Just want to say thanks. Been following you. I'm on the annual plan. I spent way too much money on other programs. Switch back to your teachings. Thanks. Appreciate that, Foxy. Appreciate you, my friend. Glad you're finding a lot of value. Glad you're enjoying. I am still, I know I'm kind of like yapping about my business right now. I have been keeping an eye here on the scanner. It's just, you know, things are slowing down. Ooh, look, the most recent high of day on the top 20 gainers is boom. That's a fun ticker. There's a couple of fun tickers. One of my favorites is Race. Race is Ferrari. Hogs, or is it just Hog? Yeah, it's just Hog. Hog is Harley Davidson. D-Nut is Krispy Kreme. There's a couple of fun ticker company combos out there, but yeah, race is my favorite. SOBR, is it trying again? I mean,
ATOM.
sure. It's trying to try again. It's the start of something that could maybe sort of become interesting. BOO is at 666. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Dude, this market has been so volatile. Just ripping face, then getting crushed, and then immediately ripping, getting crushed, immediately ripping, getting crushed, ripping back to highs. Dope. What's Nvidia doing today? Still not having a great day. What's DraftKings doing today? Red like normal. What is...
GOBX.
Doesn't SanDisk... Oh my gosh. Why didn't we just all buy this stock? This is one of those things you look back on in hindsight and you're like, yeah, bro, AI memory is probably going to be hot. SNDK flying. I'm pretty sure they report today. I think I remember yesterday Charlie said that SNDK reports today. That'll be a big one.
EGHT.
Hindsight is 2020. Tell me about it. It's just like Intel. The U.S. government bought Intel like September of last year. Yeah, it was this day right here.
GOBX.
The U.S. government bought Intel. It was trading at $30 a share. Why did all of us watch the U.S. government buy Intel? And why did we all not go put our entire portfolios into it? It's like at this point, obviously now it's up 238%, but it's like, what were we thinking, right? The U.S. government bought a stock. Why didn't we all go buy it, bro? What is wrong with us? Damn it. I'm bitter at Intel. The company that, like, the thing that I am most bitter about in my trading career is AMD. So I started trading in 2015. I was and still am kind of a computer geek. I knew in 2015, I knew that AMD was going to start taking shares. Who the hell is it? Oh, it is Intel. Yeah, we were just talking about it, so it threw me off. I knew they were going to start taking market cap from Intel. Like, I knew the chip cycle that AMD was getting into in 2016 with their Ryzen chips. Like, I think it was like Ryzen 2 or whatever the hell it was. I knew that they were going to start like taking market share. I knew it was the real deal. I knew they were going to break this like cyclical pattern that they'd been in. So I traded it, and I made, it was probably a couple $1,000s because I didn't have a big bankroll back then, but I made decent money on it, trading in and out, in and out, in and out. But I thought I knew everything, right? When you first start trading, you think you know everything. So like I was in, out, in, out, in, out, and then like eventually it like rips to like $8, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to chase it at $8. You know what I mean? And then, you know, obviously AMD is now $353. I really wish I just stopped. I wish I knew better, right? I wish I knew to not pretend that I knew everything. I knew AMD was likely going to be a very strong company in the future. I knew it was like releasing new chips that were really going to make a difference in the market. If I just put my bankroll in AMD, never sold it, who knows? I probably wouldn't be live right now. Huh? What the hell? Thank you, Robinhood. My Robinhood is stopping charges to my card, which I am not making. Man. Trump isn't done buying stock either. What's he buying now? What's his most recent stock purchase? Let's all follow what Trump buys. Government was going into crypto and it crashed. I mean, Intel crashed initially too, right? I'm not bullish on Bitcoin because I don't understand it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have no idea what Bitcoin does, what it's used for, what its use case is. What I love about Bitcoin, if you want some high risk, high reward exposure, I think it's the best thing to be involved in. I was saying that, you guys are just going to have to take my word for it. Maybe one or two of you were here during those live streams, but when I was live streaming on Twitch in 2022, I said the same thing. When Bitcoin was trading at 15,000 a coin, I was telling everybody I could that, like, once again, I don't think it's going to go up because I don't understand it. I still don't understand it. But if you want some high risk, high reward exposure, this is like the best way to get it. And obviously, anyone that bought there won. Once again, for all I know, Bitcoin is going to zero. I have no idea. It's just, if you're looking to increase your risk exposure, I think it's the best way to do it. It is very volatile. AKAN going to 100? Who knows, brother? Who knows? How many days here? Wow. Oh, wow. You know how I say like 99% of the time these stocks are not multi-day holds? This is that. This is one of those 1% breaking the mold. Now, let's be very real with each other. This stock will come back to like sub $5 again, sooner rather than later. This stock will get crushed. It will die. But it's on a really nice run right now. The thing about these kind of moves is like I would have told you the same thing when it was trading at $26, right? That's the thing about like shorting these things at highs is, yeah, it's gonna come back down. Like we all know it's going to come back down, but like, is it going to go to 100, 125 first? No one knows, right? No one knows what it's gonna do. It's disproving all shorts right now, that's for sure. I've been heavily backtesting your runner's large cap strategy. Do you find it works across most market conditions? Yeah. The cool thing about the runners is that, well, I guess I should say the cool thing about continuation strategies in general is that it only buys stocks when they're strong, right? It kind of like within the strategy itself kind of builds in a market condition check. Like the stock has to be above the 200 simple moving average and it has to be strong for 3 days in a row. So like it will take many more trades when the market is hot. It almost doesn't trade at all if the market sucks. Like during 2022, that strategy probably wasn't trading, at least on the big stocks, like the stocks I like to trade it on. Google, Tesla, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, AMD, those kind of names. That's the beauty of a strategy like that. It's sort of, once again, I'm just going to repeat myself, but builds that market condition into the buy condition itself. It will sell more shares at one point. Like a secondary offering, yeah, almost definitely, yeah. Shout out to the management for not already doing an offering. They're the ones that have kept the stock moving. You know, it's very typical. Like when a shitty penny stock gets a pop to $8, that they immediately have an offering and just kill all the momentum. The management of this company is like letting it run. Now they're going to be able to offer it like $20 a share now. Good for them. SOBR. Okay, this thing is like it's kind of turned into like a chiller, but it's not giving up. We talked earlier about it turning this resistance into support at 110. Stocks like AKAN are why I can never bring myself to short anything. Don't short low float stocks, yeah. Don't short low float stocks overnight. That is it's like unnecessarily dangerous, shorting low float stocks overnight. But at the same time, don't let that scare you from shorting anything, right? Like go short Nvidia, Walmart, Microsoft, Apple, like go short. Those stocks aren't going to go up 100% overnight. It'll never happen. I mean, never say never, I guess, but I don't foresee Apple ever doubling overnight, you know. But low float stocks like AKAN very easily could double overnight. Those are the things you need to be very aware of. You know? Just don't short those kind of names. Your backtest study has made this possible. It's way past awesome. Yeah, the backtest study is the best. It's the best thing I've built by far. By far. Well, the best thing I've built is this scanner, but the best code that I've written in Thinkorswim is this one. Yeah. These labels here that show you all the statistics from the strategy across every chart you're running on. Very, very nice. Did you trade anything today? Maybe, maybe not. I actually shorted a Chinese small cap overnight, smash cap overnight, nearly lost my mind, never happened again. Yeah, was that one of those nights, Maddie, that you just didn't sleep at all? You were up checking your phone every 30 minutes. What's the name of the strategy you have running now? This is my RSI rate of change strategy. Oh, I guess I turned it off and back on earlier. I normally run it with the RSI change value set to 8 rather than 10. Just makes it makes it a little bit more aggressive. It's the number that I've landed on for my own personal trading. Is that the number I'm saying that you should run? No, do what you want, right? If you want to look for smaller moves, like if you're willing to trade smaller green candles, make the number smaller. If you only want bigger green candles, make the number bigger. I try to make my strategies as customizable as possible because of the 5,500 people that have access to them, every single one of you will want to trade a little bit differently. Different goals, different risk management, et cetera, et cetera. Any small cap short, I can't sleep. Yeah, it's just like shorting small caps overnight is interesting because once again, like they all are going back down. So like you're probably gonna have a really high win rate. The problem is that you can win 100 trades and then one trade like this one will blow your whole account. That's the problem with most people's very high win rate strategies. I look at I'm obviously in this space. There's a lot of YouTube videos like 90% win rate strategy. And like you look at it and it's like, yeah, man, like it does. You're right. Like you are trading something that usually happens. You're just like at the same time, you're picking up pennies in front of a steamroller, right? Like it's going to take one trade and that your whole account is going to be gone. A lot of people do that too. Like not even just with shorting. A lot of people do that with longing too. There's a lot of strategies out there that like they buy massive red candles and then they sell very small bounces. It's like, yeah, that is almost always going to work. Almost always. When you get a large enough red candle, is it going to have some kind of small bounce that you can sell into? The issue is like your profit on that is so small because you have to sell the first small bounce on a big red candle like that. It's like, all it takes is one big red candle that immediately then gets followed by another, and like your profit for the year is gone. Like, it's like you get to make really cool YouTube videos right now because you win a lot, but do you actually win over years and years of time, which is the target goal, right? AKAN continuing its grind, 76.50 now. What is killing it? ATOM. Yeah, nice. Another grinder. It says high float. 35 million. Not exactly high float, but not ultra low either. ATOM grinding up. Blah, blah, blah. How many people have signed up to the free scanner today? Let's see. 30 of you have signed up to the free scanner today. 300 exactly on the dot in the last 3 days. Or sorry, the last 30 days. Wow. ATOM, grindy, over 1080 now. Thanks for shouting this out, Success. I do see it obviously on the scanner. Just wasn't really paying any attention to it. I've got to piss like a racehorse. That's like my favorite saying of all time. Gotta piss like a racehorse. Stripe do. Stripe like updated their dashboard and it looks awful. Does not look good. BBBY. What is this? Is this Bed Bath & Beyond? This was a big meme stock alongside AMC and GME. Well, Bed Bath & Beyond. Y'all remember this one too? Everyone talks about AMC and GME, but there was Bed Bath & Beyond. There was Nokia. Oh my. What is Nokia doing right now? Bro, are the meme stocks waking back up? Hello, Nokia. Is like AMC up? No, of course not. GameStop? No. So just like your couple of side meme stocks doing well. Well, I mean, to be fair, Bed Bath & Beyond's not even really up on the daily just today. What's up with Nokia though? Happy Derby week. It is Derby week. I would like to go to the Kentucky Derby. I got a lot of family in Louisville. We go to that. Well, I'm not going to go this year, but I've been a lot of years, and especially growing up, we would do that Thunder over Louisville thing. They do like a big air show and big fireworks show the week of the Derby. That was always a lot of fun. All right, chat. It's 10:30. I normally don't immediately end like this, but I really do have to go piss, so I'm just going to end. All right, guys, appreciate you. Very fun stream. Hopefully you feel like you learned a lot in the stream. I feel like I taught a lot in the stream. I feel like I'm happy with the information I was able to give out in this live stream. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Make sure that bell icon is also pressed next to the subscription button. That way you get notified when I go live on Monday. We will be back live Monday morning, once again, 1 hour before market open. Once again, if you haven't already, listen, at least go sign up to the free scanner. I don't want your credit card. You don't have to make an account. It's free. Go take advantage of it. Obviously, once you decide that you're ready for all the bells and whistles, $45 a month, or even cheaper, like way cheaper, $34 a month with the annual plan. I'm very biased, but I think it's got to be worth it. Anyway, with all that being said, you all have a good weekend. Enjoy. I will see you back here live on Monday. Will I get a video out this weekend? Definitely not tomorrow. I'm busy. Sunday, maybe I'll have a video out. I don't know. I don't schedule things. I just work when I want to, especially over the weekend. All right, guys. I'll see you back live Monday. Peace. I never know when to end because I know there's a delay. So when I say peace, it gets cut off if I end too fast. All right, I'm going to end now.